Did you know that Amazon has a program that will pay you to do product reviews? I'm sure you have seen this type of content from the top affiliate marketers in the industry, utilizing Amazon as clickbait to lure people into their affiliate marketing course they are promoting. But guess what? It is actually true. Amazon does have a program that pays you to review their products. I'm talking about the Amazon Influencer Program. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Evolve Marketing Podcast. I am here with my co-host Brian Brewer, and today we have two special guests. These guests are experts on Amazon, and they have their own course called the Advanced Amazon Reviewer Training. I personally know Victor and have been following him for a couple years now. We have promoted the same affiliate products in the past, and he's got a YouTube channel with over 200,000 subscribers. And our next guest is Nikki, who has been an Amazon seller for 20 years and moved into the Amazon influencer program doing reviews. So, without further ado, let's welcome Victor Paredes and Nikki Orton.
Hey there.
Hello.
Hey there, welcome. We're excited to have you two here today for a couple of reasons. First, as Andre mentioned, Victor, you got 200,000 plus on YouTube. I've been following you and have known of you for many years as well. And Nikki, the fact that you've been in the online industry for so long always gets me super excited because I've been in the game for 11, 12 years now. And I always love speaking with people who have shown longevity because that is harder in this day and age than actually making money. Anybody can go out and make some money, but staying in the game, that requires a great skill set and determination. So I'm excited to talk to you both. Before we jump too far ahead, let's kind of start with the Amazon Influencer Program. And just if you could take us through like what it is, because I have a background in affiliate marketing on Amazon years ago. They called it the Associates Program. So this is something different. Is that correct?
It is. Vic, you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. So what the Amazon Influencer Program is, it's actually an opposite type of thing to affiliate marketing. And, you, Brian, and Andre have been affiliate marketers for many years. I have too. And Nikki has as well. And you have to put yourself out there in front of the camera on social media, creating content, driving your own traffic, and dealing with sales funnels, things like that, softwares, technology. And for a complete beginner, it can be a little overwhelming at the very beginning. So what the Amazon Influencer Program does is it offers a way for people to start regular people that have never done anything online before to start creating a passive income by partnering with Amazon, and Amazon's doing all of the work for them. Basically, there's no sales funnels, there's no social media content. There's not coming out on any cameras. They're not, on DMs, throwing links out in DMs and things like that. This has really answered a call that a lot of people have been waiting for. Because there's a lot of people that want to make money online, but not necessarily do the things that we do as affiliate marketers. And this hits that right on the target because you don't have to do any of those things. Nikki?
And what makes the difference? So the Amazon Associate Program is where affiliate marketers or people are driving traffic to links. So it's those people in your stories who are talking about products, showing them in their house, and they're driving that traffic. Their income depends on someone clicking a link that they provided and purchasing that. So with the Amazon Influencer Program, it's different because a lot of influencers don't even know about the reviewer part of it. It's called on-site commissions. So what makes it different is we're not driving traffic. We become an Amazon influencer first. It's a two-step deal to get approved. Once we're approved as an influencer, there's another step where you have to create video reviews for a real person at Amazon to review and say, okay, yep, they did everything we're looking for, or nope, they didn't do it. And you don't know what you did wrong when you get denied. But what happens when you are approved then is you start doing reviews of things in your home that you already own that are sold on Amazon, and you upload them to Amazon and they're on that product listing. So if you're reviewing a mouse, you do the review, upload it to Amazon, and it lives on that product listing. Your job is done. You do a 45-minute review, uploads, it's there as long as that product exists on Amazon.
Yeah, it's actually it sounds like a really good program because you're utilizing the traffic from Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon. So everybody's gonna go on Amazon and look at the reviews of any product that they're searching, and then they might find your video, right? But then
Mhm.
how do you get paid? How do you actually get paid?
So how it works is, so when if you go shop and you're looking for a mouse and I've done a video review and you're looking and you're trying to make a decision, you watch my video review and you're like, yep, I think I want that mouse. Or I don't want that mouse, but I looked at one earlier. I'm going to purchase that mouse. As long as that person who watched my video purchases that mouse or anything in that category, I get paid a commission. So it's a scale. It depends on, home products are one thing, electronics are another. So they're kind of batched out depending on the category. So you do a review one time, like Victor and I have done a review one time, and we've had over 700 products, one product shipped 700 times from one review. So we've gotten paid commission 700 times from one review. So it's truly
Wow.
passive. Yeah.
And I have a follow-up question. On the associate program, you used to promote links, right? And then if somebody added extra products in the back end to their cart, you will get a commission for all the products that they added. Does this work kind of the similar as that way?
It does. So it's as long as they can't bounce around like they can with the associates, as long as they stay in that category. So I've reviewed a ton of home products. So it's crazy because I'll review a door handle and it's like you don't know who's buying it, of course, but it's like it's like a customer bought a door handle, then they bought the same style cabinet pull, then they go along in that same category. And sometimes I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's incredible because that was one of the big selling points that I had when I was an Amazon affiliate. Now, I know this is different, so I don't want to confuse the listener. This is completely different, and I think we're going to dive a little bit deeper into how this works. But I had product review blogs. Once again, I was the burden of driving traffic was on me. People had to find my blog, click on my Amazon link. But the cool thing was when they went over to Amazon, if they were going there to buy a $15 bottle of vitamins, yet also threw something else into their cart that was $100, I got the commission on that as well. So that's really cool. So it sounds like there's maybe not as much potential, but potential with this in the influencer program. But what I'm seeing here is obviously the benefit for the creator, right? You're not driving traffic. You're just posting videos and people are coming in search of products. So if I'm a buyer and I want something, I go there and I say, hey, this looks like a good product. What's my next step? Well, I'm going to read reviews. Well, what's better than reading reviews? Actually seeing physical products. I might have questions about size, and those are going to be posted right there. So there's obviously a reason that Amazon is doing this. It's to increase sales. It's to build more confidence in buyers. So they're leveraging everyday average folks in order to do that. So it's like user-generated content. So how long has this been around, and where do you see the potential with this going, both from the Amazon side and the creator, the influencer side?
Yeah, if you don't mind me jumping in. So it's only been around for a couple of years, to be honest with you, and not a lot of people know about it. And like Nikki, mentioned earlier, there are influencers that don't even know about this program. So we're probably one of the biggest voices about this program. The potential is unlimited, in my opinion, and simply because the reason this program works, and Brian, you hit it right on the head, it's because we're regular people. And when you go to Amazon looking for a product as a consumer, right, you're going to look at the reviews, right, and you're going to start reading the reviews, and then they're going to see these videos. And the first video is always the manufacturer's video. It's got the music, the production value, the lighting, all that, the actors and all that. They may watch that. But then right below those videos are our review videos, and they are going to have an instant trust factor because we're normal, regular people who own the product that they're considering buying, and they want to know what our honest review is. We're not trying to sell them at all on the review because it's literally a review. What we like about the product, the things that, we point out, the features of the product, we show how it works, and we say, it definitely serves my needs. Highly recommend it. I'll see you on the next review. I mean, that's how you end a review, something to that effect. So the potential is unlimited because, Brian, you guys probably all know that Amazon drives billions of people in traffic every single month, right? In the holidays, it's even higher, right? So just by sheer volume of traffic, Amazon knows by using regular people, everyday people like we are, That trust factor is immediate as opposed to a commercial trying to sell somebody on a product. And they know that, and they're smart. And we are benefiting immensely from this. As far as from a creator standpoint, Amazon is going to continue growing the program. They have the Amazon Vine program now, which we won't get into here. But my point is they're expanding a lot of things that are connected to the influencer program, right? There's a lot of things working. So they are realizing, because they're the largest retailer in the world, they know what they're doing, that this has huge potential. It hasn't been around for a long time. The instant trust factor, they're driving all the traffic. We're benefiting from a passive income because, like Nikki mentioned earlier, our videos live on the largest retailer's website in the world, Amazon. As long as that product's being sold on Amazon, the videos are going to be there. And that's why, I did a video on these solar lights, and Nikki mentioned it earlier. And I've sold 755 of these solar lights, and I did a video 4 months ago. And that's all. And I got credit for 755 sales that Amazon pretty much generated for me. That's why this works, so, and I'll jump off on that, but yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It's
And
definitely
that's what
like
we,
another. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's what we teach our students when we're walking them through the program is be yourself, be real, do a video review as if you're telling your mom about a product you like. Like, do not be salesy. This is the thing where it's like teed up for our conversion rates are so good because Amazon knows what they're doing. The last step is, oh yeah, I like how it looks in her house. I wanted to make sure that light was the right size. Boom. They know exactly. So it's really real. We really tell our students, don't sell anything. Tell us what you like about it. Explain functionality or demonstrate something that maybe we didn't know, those sort of things. And that's what converts it.
It's another way of like passive income because you create a video once and then it lives there forever, right? It's like a
Yes.
YouTube channel, right? You create a video and you can promote different things just with one video.
Right.
So now let's walk us through the getting approved process because it's very confusing for me at least. I gotten approved with some social media platforms and then I get denied with others. So, but just how you said, they never tell you what you did wrong, right? So
Mm-mm.
walk us through that.
Do you want to take that, Vic?
I'll walk the first step of the process, and you can walk into the second. There's a two-step approval process, and I'll talk about the first step. The first step is hooking up a social media platform to your Amazon account, right? And Amazon's going to take a look, and they're going to determine whether it qualifies. Now, what are the qualifications? That's really the question. And there's this misconception that you have to have tens of thousands of followers to be approved as an Amazon influencer, right? And that's not necessarily the truth, okay? Because we both have proven in our training that we took a brand new social media account. I created a brand new TikTok account with 0 followers. I recorded myself doing it, and I posted on that TikTok account for 7 days straight, twice a day. And I had 56 followers. After 7 days, I applied and got approved, right? So I did that on purpose because I knew that there was something else about it. Because when I first applied as an Amazon influencer, I didn't need any training in my mind, right? Because I'm some big shot YouTuber. Heck, that's all I need, right? I'm in. I applied and got rejected immediately, right? So not only was that humbling, but it also taught me something. It told me that Amazon is looking for more than just followers, right? So that's when we started taking a deep dive into, okay, what are they looking for? And they're looking for engagement. They're okay with having a smaller amount of followers, but how engaged are you with your viewers, right? And I wasn't engaged with my YouTube channel because I hadn't posted a video on there in like 3 months. That's why I was rejected. So the followers are one thing. Each platform is going to require something different. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. All right. And we found that they're all a little different. That's why we included all 4 of them in this course, because every other course we've taken only showed one way to do it, and it was a paid way. We decided, you know what? If we want to make this beginner friendly, and most people are going to jump on this program without much of a following on their social media, okay, because most people aren't really consistent. we have to kind of direct this training toward that, and that's exactly what Nikki and I did. So the following, is one thing. Engagement is also another. Okay, and it takes a little bit more on some social media platforms, following wise, than it does on others. But we cover all the bases on all 4 platforms in this training.
And that's what's cool is like some people may be more comfortable, and we're talking a lot of beginners and not a lot of affiliate marketers. It's just everyday people trying to make extra money to, make ends meet. So it's, okay, I only have X amount of followers on Instagram, or I don't even know how to use TikTok. So we made sure that every platform was fully covered with a full training on how to get approved with each one. So you don't have to go on Facebook and create an ad. I mean, people don't know how to do that, and they're not comfortable with that. So we do teach it, but we teach so many other ways of doing it. We had a student this week who was approved using one of our methods with 14 followers.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And you only need to be approved with one platform to get approval, right?
Yeah.
And that's the first step of the approval process. And then Nikki can go into the second step, which is a little more critical when it comes to Amazon.
Yep. So that's the first step. We teach you how, go on whatever platform you're comfortable with, teach you how to get approved for step 1. Then step 2 is getting approved with your video reviews. So you have to do 3 video reviews. You upload them to Amazon. Someone from Amazon watches them, and either it's a deny or it's an approve. It's a blanket statement. And again, Amazon, you're like, what did I do wrong? Good luck. Figure it out. So, and personal experience. So Vic was denied with step 1. I go in, I got approved for step 1. I go to do step 2, and I'm like, I've been an Amazon seller for 20 years. We're 7-figure sellers. I'm fine. I'll do these quick reviews. They know who I am. No,
I'm known.
Deny. I got the no, they don't know who you are, and your reviews are terrible. So denied. And I was like, okay, that again, humbling. So go back, figure it out, do the reviews how I think is the right way, upload them again. You wait a few days. I got approved. So I was like, okay. And that's where the journey started with that. So that's the hard part, is getting approved with the 3 videos, because you do not get feedback from Amazon. That is for you to figure out. And that's where people stop, basically, because they're like, that was a great review. What did I do wrong? So we teach in the training, there are things you can't say. There are things you can't have in your video that seem like a no big deal to be in there. So there's so many little things. And since Vic and I have probably helped about 1,000 people get approved, we know what they are now. We'll watch some things, and we had a guy last week who was doing headphones, and he was talking about his headphones and how much he loved them. But then he went on to say, those little white ones, I've had those. A lot of people have those. These are so much better than those. That's a review. I mean, he's really just saying, I like these better. You cannot say disparaging things about another brand, even if you don't say the name. So there's so many tiny little things that people have no idea about that. And what's really great in our training is we ask them to upload their reviews in our Facebook group for us to audit before they upload them to increase their chances.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You only get 3 tries on that part. We show another way around it if you do get denied, but it's a three chances. So we want to watch your videos first, help you so you can go back and redo them and, have your best shot at getting approved right away.
And that's a big part of the support that we're providing our students that they weren't getting elsewhere.
Well, I appreciate that example that you gave, because you wouldn't think about something like that, because you're just giving your honest review. I like these better, but we have to understand that Amazon makes the rules here, and Amazon doesn't really care what people buy as long as they go and buy something. So there's probably a lot of things that we wouldn't, as average folks who are giving opinions, think about. So I'm glad you shared that example. Now, to me, this is brilliant on Amazon's part. I mean, yes, we know about, I think we're starting to understand the opportunity as influencers, as creators, as people who want to have a little side hustle that doesn't take a lot of work. But the brilliance on Amazon's part is, what are they doing? They're looking in the market, they're seeing what's happening, and then they're controlling it. Just like they do with their brands. If people are buying a lot of batteries, guess what? We're going to make an Amazon Basics battery line. And I know that battery line does very well. Well, they're doing the same thing here, because back in my day, I already mentioned the product review blogs. What were people doing? They were searching for information. best magnesium supplement, best calcium supplement, best whatever. And they were going to find blogs and then getting through the search engine, getting information, then going on and make the purchase. But now people are sidestepping that process where they're just going to Amazon. If I'm looking for a magnesium supplement or a calcium supplement or protein supplement or a door handle or a drone for my kid, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, we do a lot of shopping on Amazon. I'm going to go to Amazon first and I'm going to search there. And then I'm going to start looking at specs and reviews. So Amazon is taking over the search, and they're also seeing the same thing that's going on TikToks and Instagrams with the short form content. They're like, well, people are reviewing these products and then go buying. Why don't we just let them see this on our site where people are already searching? I mean, I get excited about it right now because my mind's blown when you think about it like that, huh?
Right. It's insane. It's having been with Amazon for 20 some, I think I'm on like 21 years now. It's amazing how they have evolved from when I first started 20 years ago, where they weren't, who was bigger than them? Overstock.com, which is crazy to think about. I mean, people don't know who Overstock is anymore, but they are the largest retailer in the world. They have the smartest people working for them, the best marketing people. So why wouldn't we run with this? So we laugh because I got approved in May, and I'm this kind of person where if I see a good opportunity, whether you go back to my roots of being an Amazon and Etsy seller, if I see a product opportunity that is out there, I'm going to create that product and run with it, that sort of thing. When I found this, I was like, I'm not going to just do a couple reviews. I'm going to do hundreds as fast as I can, because I made my first commission 2 days after being approved. So I knew it was real. And I was like, holy cow, I am not taking my time on this one.
Yeah, I wish I knew about you guys' course before, because first of all, I didn't get approved, sorry, when I put my social media platforms. And then second of all, after I got approved, after playing around with it, I don't know what I did, but I got approved. I got denied for my reviews that I was putting it, and I was on my third strike. And once I got to that third strike, I just left it by itself. Like I didn't even try to like do another review or nothing. This was at the beginning of the year. You get me? So,
Andre, have we got a training for you?
Yeah, we can help you with that. Okay.
But now fast forward to today, right? I did get approved, and they seem to get a little more lenient, right? After the 3 videos, or they can still knock you down after.
Well, no, after the 3 videos, you got to remember the first 3 videos for the approval process. A real person from Amazon is going to be watching those videos, and that's information we found out. That's a real person. They could have had a bad day, an argument with the spouse. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
So but after you're approved for that step of the process, then it's more of an algorithm or a bot watching the videos to make sure you're just not saying the things that go against their community guidelines, things like that. For instance, I had a review video that was rejected after I was approved because I mentioned something that had to do with health or medicinal value, or it was a doggy treat that I gave my dog, and I started reading the back of it, and it talked about how it can help maintain your dog's health and blah blah blah. I can't say things like that, and those are the things that we train in our course. All those little details on what not to do once you're approved. We just updated the actual training yesterday. Nikki and I both did, right? She did some videos. I updated one of the training modules, because I added to it was 10 things not to do when you're an Amazon reviewer after you're approved. Well, we discussed it. We figured out there's 2 more things we need to add. So we added that to the training. So we're constantly updating it as we find out. You got to remember also, Amazon is always evolving and they're changing. So some of the training courses that were out there 6 months ago, that when Nikki and I first started promoting these courses, they're not up to date anymore. Okay. So we are constantly going to be updating our course as we find things out that have changed with Amazon. So yeah, I mean, it's an ever evolving thing, but it's exciting and fun to go through this.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's Amazon's going to continue to evolve as they test and figure out where the landmines are. And since you mentioned this is a fairly new operation that really hasn't hit mass adoption yet from an influencer side, meaning, hey, they don't know what red flags are going to come up yet because the masses haven't gotten here yet. I mean, people ruin everything. Marketers ruin everything. So
Right.
they'll figure out what happens as time goes on. So that's valuable. So next, anyone who's listening to this and has no idea what we're talking about, they can just simply pull up their phone while they're listening and just kind of scroll Amazon, and they're going to see these videos. They're going to populate, search products. They're going to find these videos. That'll give people a little bit idea of what they might be getting themselves into. But I want to hear it from the two of you. Like, what does a review look like? Like, what's the workload? How does that look for someone who's going to try to start doing this?
Well, it depends on the individual. Vic and I do them very different, right,
Yes,
Vic?
that's right.
So I am quick to the point. It is a one take thing. You just need your phone and you record. So I could say, you want me to do one for you?
Hey, sure. Yeah, I'd love it.
Okay.
If you're ready, we're ready.
So-
I don't want to put you on the spot, but let's see what you got.
Oh my gosh, we do this in our sleep.
Yeah.
So what I would do, I'm never in the camera. I'm never. So I've done about 600 reviews and I'm in 3 of them. So I don't want to be in the camera. I just want to show you the product. So pretend I'm not in it, because I wouldn't be if I were doing this. So all I would say is, hey, this is Nikki. I wanted to do a quick review of this mouse. What I love about it is the functionality. It's super easy to click the buttons. It has a great life of the battery. It's very sleek. It holds in my hand wonderfully. I love the color pink. It's a great product. I definitely recommend it. I keep mine about 45 seconds long because that's about the attention span I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
And,
cool.
Nikki's an expert at knocking them out. Boom, boom, in one take. I personally will come out in front of the camera probably 65% of the time, just because I come from YouTube. I'm used to being in front of the camera, but you do not have to do that in order to qualify for this. Okay. So I want to make that clear. But my review looks like, here's the cup, Nikki. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Okay?
This cup.
I've done this cup live on many of our lives on Instagram. So it's like Nikki gets like, oh my, rolling her eyes. Anyway, so here's what my review would look like. Hey guys, Vic here with another honest review. Today we're reviewing the stainless steel 32-ounce Elvira drinking cup. It's stainless steel, as I mentioned. It's very durable. I've dropped it many times, as you can see. It's in good condition. I love the oversized handle, as you can see. I have good size hands, and I can definitely grip it without a problem. It has a leak-proof spout, as you can see here. If I turn this upside down, there's no water that comes out. It keeps your cold liquids cold up to 24 hours and your hot liquids hot up to 12 hours. It definitely serves my needs. I highly recommend it, and I'll see you on the next review.
Really
Something
cool.
to that effect.
So whatever you're more comfortable with. So let me do a little bit of role playing. I wasn't anticipating this, but
All right.
y'all got me excited here, and especially Nikki when you held up your mouse, because I just purchased a new mouse. So
Okay.
we're gonna do a little role playing here, and the reason I want to do this is because I want to help y'all educate the listener based on my understanding of what's going on here, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong here. So if I were to hold up this mouse, I could either be on camera or I could, hold the camera at the mouse. I'd probably be on camera because I have a YouTube background as well. But I would say something like, hey, y'all, I just got this brand new mouse. I was in the market for one because my hand started to hurt. And the cool thing about this is, as you can see here, it's actually at an angle. So when I'm using this, my hand sits more of a handshake position instead of flat on the table or flat on the desk. So what I found is that after use for prolonged periods of time, which I do because I'm a content creator, my hand doesn't hurt. I can use this day after day, and I love it. The other cool thing about it is it's rechargeable. Just takes the USB-C right in the front here, which makes it easy to charge while you're using. Now, would that be a acceptable review?
Yeah. Amazing. I
want it.
that. Yep.
Now let's expand on that. And just to see if I'm understanding based on your example that you gave earlier, Nikki, if I was getting towards the tail end of that review and I said, what's great about this is it's rechargeable with a USB-C, and the USB-C port sticks out the front so you can use it while charging, unlike the Apple mouse. That might be something that gets me flagged, right?
Yeah, you're going to get rejected,
right?
For sure. Yeah,
they do have they do a lot of promotions throughout, like every quarter. So in that instance, yes, you would be denied. Okay, but Amazon is pushing this so hard that they'll come out with promotions, like I said, every quarter. And they did recently a this or that. So you could compare two mouses and say, this is what I like about this one. This is what I like about this one. I choose that. And what they did was people, you could make an extra $12,500 with this promotion. And I know people who maxed out. So every one of those little videos you did, you either got paid an extra $25 or $50 to do that. So there are times when you can do that, but on an everyday one, you would have been denied. Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's a lot of products as well where, I'm sorry, when you upload a video, you have to choose which product you're tagging, correct? Can you tag multiple products and multiple variations even though you don't have the product?
So that's how things have changed, and we've seen happen. Having so many students, people were tagging multiple products because, you know, if it's a private label, it could actually be the same product.
Yeah.
Right. So you can only pick one, and it has to be exact. If you're picking multiple, your account can get flagged and shut down.
Gotcha. That's interesting. That's good to know because I have, there's different variations for different types of products and they look the same. So I've been playing around with it as well. But guys, what's the potential of this business? Is this just like a side hustle, or can somebody go full in with Amazon and make a living?
Yeah, I think, and Nikki and I have discussed this in great length in the past, and we get excited when we started our training course because there's longevity here. It's not like an affiliate marketing course that teaches you how to build a business online, which is legit, okay? But then they're really geared toward, just go ahead and promote our course while you're at it though, right? We're not teaching that. We're teaching them a skill on how to partner with Amazon and create a true passive income. And I mean, it's a true passive income. It's the truest passive income I've ever seen because you do the work once and it continues to work for you 24/7. So longevity, the way I even joked at one time, say, you know what, if I get tired of doing affiliate marketing, I'll just focus on doing 15, 20 reviews a day and just retire with Amazon because they're not going anywhere. Okay. They're here for the long haul, right? So there's longevity built in just simply by who you're partnering with. So, and then you have an opportunity to do the things like what we talked about, the review videos, create 1 to 2 minute real quick review videos, and it not disrupt your life on top of that. So what if you don't want your boss to know that you have a side hustle or a side business that you're creating online? Well, it's going to be really hard to do that as an affiliate marketer, right? Because you have to be on social media. You have to promote yourself. You have to build your brand, right? So this is a perfect situation for somebody who wants to build a business and potentially walk away from a 9 to 5, but not necessarily having to do that right away. And it won't disrupt any of those things. So I think there's huge potential and longevity built in.
Absolutely. And what we tell our students too, it's not who's the most talented. It's not who has the most followers. None of that is important because you're not doing that out there. What it is a numbers game. So do you want to make $10,000 a month? Do more reviews. Like I did 500 reviews in about 3 weeks because I was like, I'm running with this. And the income followed very, very quickly. And it's consistent every single month. And for me, if that's all I did, it's full-time income, 1000%. It's my husband and I laugh about it because there are days, whether it's a prime day or the holidays where, I'm making hundreds and hundreds of dollars just from this. It's wild. And I know people who make $1,000 a day, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you were talking about. You talk about the most passive business you've ever seen, Victor. I mean, you've been in this game for a long time. I see your legendary marketer plaque back there. We've promoted some of the same stuff. We've done some of the same things. And the way I set those up is extremely passive, meaning all automated funnels, all that stuff. But guess what? If I'm not there creating content,
right,
the traffic dries up. That's not going to happen here. And like you said, what's the potential? Well, they're going all in on this. Your videos can rank for a long time. I have product review blogs that I created in 2014 that I sold in 2016, but some of those pages are still ranking for the people who bought them. I have YouTube videos on a channel that I haven't touched in 3 years that still rank, right? Maybe not number one, but they're still ranking, they're still driving traffic. So that's kind of the idea here. That is the real potential. So let me ask you this. We talked about how to get approved. We talked about how to do the review videos. Can you give us any insight into how videos get ranked? Because if they don't get watched, they don't get commissioned. So as more people jump on board, obviously I'm not asking for an exact formula to crush the algorithm. I'm not I'm not talking about that. But what sort of tips can you give someone in your own reviews and in your students' reviews that have said, hey, this is a good review. This has the potential, if you're following a numbers game, to actually show up near the top of a product page.
You want to take it, Vic, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about it, and then you can follow that exactly. But so what's nice about the Amazon program is that there's a couple of things here. The first thing is, it doesn't matter how many review videos are, they're in a rotation, right? You're going to get the views, because remember, the sheer amount of traffic that Amazon is driving every single month, billions of people go to Amazon to look to buy stuff. You're on a rotation. Let me give you an example. I did a review of my grandson's baby toy that we built. It's just a little bouncy toy, right? I did a review. I got 970 views on that and sales off of those 970 views. If I go to that product right now on Amazon, my review video is not there. It's rotated out. My daughter's review video is there, though. She did the same review video on the same product, right? So hers is ranked already. So I was ranking without a doubt. I got over almost 1,000 views and many sales off of that one review. But then they're going to rotate, and you're going to get your unfair share of the pie, is what I like to say, right? Because remember, the sheer amount of traffic that is driven by Amazon. If your video is there just for 2 days, you're going to get views, you're going to get sales just based on traffic. Okay. So it's a really good system, the way they have it set up. But then Nikki's also going to talk about a tool that not a lot of people are talking about, right? That we can, and she's an expert at it because she shows it in our training, but you can also elaborate on what I just said too.
Yeah. So like what he said, it's interesting because there are products I've reviewed and I was killing it. You know, there's a $600 ice maker, and they had the Prime stuff and they had some promotions going. I was making over $20 every time someone bought that. And it was the best seller. And then I rotated out and I was out for a while and I'm back in for the holidays. So it's like everyone gets their chance. But another thing that's really great is like Vic said in our training, there's a tool that I train on that can show you, once you're approved and once you've reviewed everything you can think of in your house, how to strategically buy new products that you're going to need anyway. You know, like I'll change up my brand because I use this tool and go, oh my gosh, they're the number one bestseller in eye creams only has one video review on it. I'm buying that one. So that's how I change some things up, and I teach that. So my son recently moved to Georgia. He needed a coffee table, some other things. So I said, send me what you want. I'm going to run it through here real quick. And I'm like, actually, I'm going to buy you this one because there's a far better opportunity with this coffee table, you know. And now I've made money. I can't tell you on that one specifically, but I just bought some dining room chairs in September, and on average right now I'm making about $30, $40 a day on these chairs because it's a strategic thing now. So that tool can teach you how to level up. Once we say, don't use the tool at first. Review everything. It's not worth your time. Just review everything because your chance is going to come up. You're going to be in the rotation. But once you've got that done, let me show you something else. So that has been really, really fun to use.
That's super interesting because it's almost like you're finding the trending products out there, right?
Yeah. So, you know, as an Amazon seller, I know helium-10. I know all the other things that I dove into so hard for data. And this tool is actually really fun because it's super simple.
Yeah, it's super simple. I mean, it's like it shows it to you right there on the screen where your opportunities are. So if you're looking for something specific, you use this tool and it'll show you where your opportunities are at. Because, you know, there's a product that I reviewed, which was a little hot wax warmer, a plug-in wax warmer, and the scent. Anyway, I did that review, and my daughter did that same review. She's an influencer as well. And we go to the product on Amazon. We're the only two reviews on that product. So we've monopolized that whole product with our reviews. So we're getting paid every time somebody goes to watch one of our reviews. I mean, it's incredible.
It's wild.
Yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable. And one thing that I love to look for in life, right? Not just affiliate marketing, not just Amazon influencer, not just creating a course, whatever. One thing I look for in life in order to set myself up for the best chance of success is win-win arrangements. If you can find a win-win arrangement, there is opportunity. And that's what's going on here with Amazon. It's not like you're sitting here scamming the system, waiting for the house of cards to fall. Amazon wants reviews. It wants video reviews. It wants influencer views from everyday folks. So it is going to give you opportunities to find the products that are underserved, right? Because that benefits Amazon, but that benefits you as the reviewer, because now you're seeing opportunities, like Victor said, to monopolize a product, especially these days while it's still early, because Amazon's going to want to build that out. That's why when you were talking, Nikki, about the compare and contrast, almost like a bounty opportunity, right?
Yeah, right.
That's because that's what they wanted. They decided, hey, we want compare and contrast or verse videos. How do we get them? Well, let's pay people to do them and we'll get a whole bunch of them.
That's
it's
it.
Amazing.
It really is. My son is an influencer too. So once he saw what I was doing, I'm like, you should really look into this. Oh my gosh. And then it took me making like a lot of money. And he was like, all right, show me how to do this. So he got approved. Yeah. So he's like, can you show me how to get approved? I'm like, sure. So he got approved. Step 1 and step 2, he was approved within 5 days. But same thing, like he sees the opportunities now in there. And the thing is, like, Amazon's so big with so many millions, or I don't even know if it's billions of products. Like, there's room for all of us to do this. And he took advantage of the bonuses, and he's the one who did the this and that. And he ended up making, I want to say $500 extra by doing a few of those.
Yeah.
Wild.
And that's what's great about this is, I keep referring back to my blogging days because that's when I was really associated with Amazon. And it was like, you fight to rank. You fight to rank. And if you're on the second page of Google, they always say that's where they hide Jimmy Hoffa's body, right? No one is going to find you. So you have to fight your way into the top 3 to make any money. That doesn't seem to be the case here. You just have to actually put the reviews out there and wait for your turn to come around in the rotation. And then when one hits and people respond to it, and let's be honest, and it makes people feel good about a purchase, whatever they purchase, then Amazon's gonna be like, yep, we like this. This is a good fit. And then you have the passive income.
Exactly. It is from coming from the Amazon world of being a seller. And like this time of the year was so stressful. Like we had 11,000 square foot warehouse. We were running 2 shifts. Like I dreaded this time of year just because it was so crazy stressful. This time of the year now, as a influencer doing reviews, I'm like, the busier, the better. Like I've already done the work. I'm sitting back collecting because more people are on there. It's just completely different. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah. And as far as family, we both have our families involved in this. One thing that's really important to note is that we've gone through this process many times over. Okay. And we've seen the changes. We've been rejected, just like some students are going to get rejected. We know what that's like. We know what to do at that point. Right. My daughter's been through the process. We follow some strategies. We got her approved. I got rejected the first time. We finally got myself approved, and we got approved. We both have 2 Amazon storefronts now, influencer storefronts. And so we're proving some points here that anybody can do this if they can get past the rejection. I say, you're rejected. Don't be dejected because you're rejected, right? You're rejected because something you said or did that didn't jive with Amazon. Okay, so let's figure it out, and that's why we have the Facebook group. But I want to stress that we have gone through this process, myself and Nikki and our family members, several times over, and we know what the process is. We know what it's like currently. And we've got our finger on the pulse of any updates or changes that may be happening in the future with Amazon. And that's why we truly believe that the course we created, the reason why it's had such an incredible response in 30 days. I mean, $120,000 in sales in 30 days. That to me tells the story. It doesn't mean we're incredible marketers. It says that there is a need and a pain point out there, and there's a gap, and our job is to fill that gap and remedy that pain point, and that's what we feel we've done with our new course.
And one
Excellent.
thing I just did, I just was like, okay, I was approved in May. I want to go through it again. Like, as we're in the thick of this and we have a lot of students coming on board, I want to go through the process again, and I want to test something else out. I want to test a new way of doing this and see if I can get approved. So I shot a module live, went through the process. I uploaded my videos on Thursday and yesterday. So I'd get on, record, check to see if I was approved or not. And yesterday, using a kind of different tactic, I was approved again for a different account. So we're constantly like, okay, let's make sure what we're saying is actually happening. And so we can reiterate our training works. And now we're showing another method to our people, because I thought, well, you know what? Even if I get denied, we're going to go through this in real time and I'm going to figure it out. But I got approved right away. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, right. That's fun.
I have a different scenario. So let's say me and my wife want to do it. Do we each need our own storefronts, or can she also do reviews? For example, she buys so much stuff from Amazon, okay? So so she has a lot of beauty products that she could review, right? Can she review those in my own Amazon storefront?
As long as you're a family storefront. For instance, my second storefront that I got approved for, I named it. My first storefront is Victor's Finds, right? That's my finds. My second storefront is Paredes Family Reviews, right? So I think if you initiate that from the outset and say, hey, this is going to be a family-based storefront where there are going to be other individuals in my family that are, as long as they're 18 years old, right, that they can jump in front of the camera and start doing some review videos. I've seen other people do this same thing successfully. Right. So I don't know if there's any other take on that, but I think that's pretty simple.
Yep. As long as you say, it's the family, or it's Andre and whatever your wife's name is, Amazon Finds or whatever.
Or you could just have them separate and you each do the same review on the same day, and you have two chances of making more money.
There you go.
And that's where my next question is, because people usually watch more than one review. So if somebody watches one review from one person and then they move forward to the next review and then the next review, and then they buy the product, does that mean that all those 3 influencers are getting the commission?
That's a great question. It is the last video watched that's cookied to it. So if there's a video, you watch it and you purchase, it's the last one. If you watch 10 of them, it's the last one. And what's also nice is that if someone watches a video and then is like, oh, I got busy, and they come back within 24 hours, they're still cookied to you. Yeah. So you get that commission.
And a lot of people ask that question, like, well, how do I know I'm getting? I mean, so there's competition. Like, well, not really, because you got to remember, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It's going to average out again by the sheer amount of traffic coming through Amazon, right? It's literally a numbers game, right? The more traffic and the more video reviews you do and the more traffic Amazon drives, you're going to get your share of it. I don't know how I've been able to sell 754 of one product in 4 months, because I did nothing to sell it. So you can see it does work. I may have lost some sales, but what about the people that lost sales to me because I was the last video that they watched, right? So it's going to average out.
Yeah, and there really is no fear in this, because you really don't know why people are going to buy. People might decide to buy because you listed all the features and benefits, and you might get the tech nerd or whatever, the tech geek who just loves that stuff. Yeah. But then you might also have, like a 40-second review, like you said, Nikki, because that's your attention span, where it's just like, I just want to see if it looks pretty in person and how big it is in your hand. You know what I mean? And I think, and I'm not trying to put words into your training, but if I were to look at patterns, another thing I love to look at is, I think if they haven't already, Amazon will start to understand what the buyer likes, meaning if I'm on there shopping through my account, it might push me videos that are a little more technically driven, where if my wife is shopping on her account, it might push her videos that, are a little more aesthetic or what have
Right.
you. And I can't say if that's true or not, but that's the way social media algorithms work, meaning it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what your style is, your buyer's out there, your audience is out there. And I think there's massive potential for everyone here.
For sure. And like I said, Vic and I do them very different. Mine are short and to the point. He explains stuff better, longer, and our conversion rates are very, very similar. So that goes to show when I'm looking at videos, I'm not going to pick the 1.5-minute one. I'm picking the shorter one. Someone who wants more explanation is going to watch a longer one like Vic does. So like our people are out there, and there's so many people on there. So it's interesting that we are very different in our styles, yet our conversion rates are very similar.
Yeah, absolutely. And
it just shows you how it's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game.
That's all it is. And we all have an audience. I mean, it's just kind of like on YouTube, we're going to connect with certain people in that audience. If Brian and I use this scenario, just standing on the football field in 50-yard line on a stage in front of 30,000 people, and Brian goes out and pitches a program, there's certain people in that audience that are going to buy from you. If I come out right after you pitch the same exact program, some of the people that didn't buy from you are probably going to buy from me because we connect differently, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. It's same thing with real customers going to Amazon. They look at Nikki's video and they're like, oh man, I like the way she quickly explained that, and I really like the way it looks in her hand. I'm buying it, right? But like you said, Brian, if somebody wants a little more explanation or more detail, well, then they might buy from my video, whatever, So it's a never-ending opportunity for anybody. That's why we say anybody can do this. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you look like, all those things. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with you connecting as a real person with another real person that is on Amazon with the intention of buying something. So it's already half the battle's won. They want to buy something. Are they going to buy it after they watch your video or after what they watch my video or Nikki's video? That's the only question, but who cares? Because enough traffic is being generated. You're going to get your audience in front of you no matter what.
Yeah. And I just want to make one final point on this before I ask the obvious question. The final point here is this is Amazon, and people have to remember how much trust is already built in and associated with Amazon. People buy from Amazon because they know it's risk-free. If I buy something and it's broken, it doesn't work, they're going to take it back. I can drop it off at a Whole Foods or whatever. There's no risk here, and there's no risk in getting started because, like Andre said, his wife buys a lot of stuff from Amazon. Well, my wife buys a lot of stuff from Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. My garage is full of probably 60 to 80 reviews right now, and I don't have to do anything other than pick up my phone and do this. But the point I was getting at is the trust with Amazon is so incredible, and I know this from my blogging days. I would review products and then send people from my product review page over to Amazon, and my conversion rate was 12%, meaning 12% of the clicks actually purchased. Sure. The commissions were a little bit lower than if I were to start my own e-commerce store and have my own margins with the same products. So I decided to do that. I decided to do a drop shipping store with the same products I was reviewing, force the traffic over to my e-commerce store and make bigger margins. Well, I did make bigger margins, but guess what? My conversion rate dropped to under 2%. Wow. So same thing, same information leading up, same pre-framing, same link clicked. It's just they came over to my site and conversions dropped dramatically. So the net was I was making more per sale, but I was making less sales on the same amount of traffic. So I'm excited about this for people because it's risk-free and it works. So if someone wanted to go out there and find the best way to get started, just cut out all the headaches and just get the real information they need to get started. Obviously, they're going to come to the two of you. How do they do that if they're interested?
So they can go to our website, which is www.onlinepassiveprofits.net, or they can find us on Instagram. And my Instagram is Nikki Knows a Side Hustle and Vic's is Hustle with Vic. And we're in there all the time, helping people, getting them comfortable with learning, what it's all about. One thing we do here is, I don't have a lot of stuff from Amazon. Well, you don't have to buy it from Amazon. It just has to be sold on Amazon. So that opens up people's eyes too. Like, I have a rug here. I didn't buy it from Amazon, but it's sold on Amazon. So I can review it. Okay. And then they say, well, I don't really have much. Do you have soap? Do you have shampoo, toilet paper, toilet, faucet, lights, bulbs? It's like, oh my gosh, I have hundreds of things in my house. So anyway, I kind of went on a tangent there, but.
Yeah, I mean, like I did a reel where I use a scanning tool that's built into the app, Amazon app, and I scan shaving cream that I didn't buy on Amazon. I bought it at the store, grocery store, and it's on Amazon. I scan hand lotion. It's on Amazon. I scan gummy bear vitamins for kids. It's on Amazon. So people walk by, and Nikki's the one who opened my eyes to this, to be honest with you, because we had a conversation when we started creating the course. I'm like, oh, what do I review? And she goes, Vic, are you reviewing your light bulbs? Are you reviewing your drawer pulls? Are you reviewing your door lock? I mean, I'm like, no, I'm not. Well, then get to it, man. So there's an incredible amount of opportunity just by the things that we kind of take for granted because we're used to seeing them there every day, and it doesn't really register as an item to review. And we help you think outside the box a little bit because we have hundreds and hundreds of items that you can review in one room that you don't even imagine.
Yeah. And another thing I want to add, if it's okay, is what has been very exciting too with our program is people who are affiliate marketers who are maybe struggling to find the right product or the right course, or they're just struggling in general, kind of taking off. There's two sides of this for them. So they can start doing reviews to fill that gap when they're not making great sales, promoting whatever they're promoting, because this is literally a numbers game. So we have students who are also affiliates to the program, but they're like, this fills the gap and it takes some stress off because I'm making money every day. I put the work in and now it's coming. And then the other side of it is affiliates who've never sold a course are making their first sales with ours because we are solving a problem for those people who don't want to be on camera. So they have a lot of people watching them on Instagram or wherever they're promoting things. But the biggest thing is a lot of people are like, I don't want to be in front of the camera, but I need to figure a way to make money online. So they are able to sell our course to those people because we are literally solving that problem.
And it's probably easier to sell too because they're getting their actual results from the course,
Yes.
and then they're teaching people or helping people get started as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's been really, really fulfilling to see people take the course, starting to make money doing it. And then if they want to talk about the course to people, they can. There's another stream.
Well, that's
guys,
incredible.
Congratulations. I mean, 6 figures
Thank
in 30
you.
days since launch. You guys are opening eyes to a bunch of people, which is important, and giving the opportunity, to get started with this. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us on. What a great time we've had.
Yeah, no, it was our pleasure. And, it's just amazing. You've had this for 4 weeks. You did $122,000 in sales for a course that costs less than $300. You do the math. People are into this. People are jumping on board. And the reason is because you found a need and you filled the gap, right? There was demand and you created what the market was asking for. So if anybody wants to check out this course, we'll obviously link it down in the description or the show notes, depending on where you're watching or listening to this episode, because I know I'm excited and I know folks are going to get excited. So go ahead and check them out and learn a little bit more about them. And I think, gosh, people are probably really excited when they finally see a real way to like low hanging fruit where they feel like they're early to something for once and not behind the curve, right?
Exactly. Yep. And I feel like it's just expanding and it's not going anywhere. They've opened it up just recently to Canada. So, I mean, they are pushing this into other countries. It's just the beginning.
Well, guys, something that we like to do at the end of our episodes is we like to turn the tables around, see if you guys had any questions for us.
Ooh.
I do.
So, okay, go ahead.
Andre, you said you're approved as an Amazon reviewer, right?
Yeah.
How many reviews have you done so far?
5.
Well, you'll be catching me pretty soon. I've got about 56 reviews since I was approved in March. But I just crossed over $4,000 in passive income. That's the beauty of it. It continues to grow, even though I haven't done a review, let's say in 30 days. because the reviews that I did do are still living there and they're still creating an income for me. So get at it. And, I'm going to have to get at it myself. So Nikki, I'll let you
are.
I mean,
I
that's exactly why I asked that question about my wife, because she also wants to do something on the side, right? So I was like, okay, babe, make some videos and make some reviews of everything you buy,
And that I always give Vic a hard time because I'm like, we're really busy right now, just mentoring everyone and getting them approved. But I'm like, you need to do more reviews. Like I did what he did in a lifetime in my first full month, and then it just continues to grow and grow and grow. But anyway, so my question would be for both of you, what has been like the most challenging thing for you being an affiliate marketer? Whether it's finding the right course or launching your own course, like where have you had that moment where you're like, this is hard?
For me, at least, the moment where it gets hard is after you've been successful, because you already got all that credibility, you got, the money coming in, of course, but then you get to the point where, okay, what's next, right? You get to that point and then you get stuck there. You either go up a little bit or you go down.
Right.
So that's the hardest point for sure. And then after that, what do you have to do? Look for different opportunities, right? Find a different gap in the market that you can fill. And that's something that I've done, every single year. It's always like a constant battle with myself, honestly, just to keep
Right.
going.
Yeah, and I've had the benefit of succeeding, failing, succeeding, failing, succeeding again. So I've cycled many times. So I think to accurately answer that question, it's not like you get a thicker skin, but it's like you start to understand the process when you've done it so many times. It's like there's no panic anymore, and it's just do the work. But one thing that I remember when I was first getting started in this game is I was looking for something that would first validate that you can make money online. Like that was the biggest thing for me. Like, is it even possible? Now, granted, I started, in 2012, so it was a little more obscure back then, but it was like I needed that validation. And the other thing I needed when I got started was I needed leverage to make it seem, because when I first got started, I finally got the validation, and I'll never forget my first $32 commission. And it was like it could have been all the money in the world. My life changed at that point. But then I needed the leverage. It was like, okay, that was great, but I put 3 months worth of work in to make that $32, and I don't know how to make another $32 quite yet.
Right,
You know what I mean? Right. So now obviously I've figured it out, but leveraged validation to me is the exciting factor or the exciting benefit of this opportunity, just because it can work and doesn't have to take 3 months. And that belief it gives you everything. And then if you can also see it somewhat consistently and maybe grow over time with no effort, but leveraged effort, I think that's pretty exciting. And that would have been huge for me back in the day.
That's such a good answer.
Yeah,
that's like any entrepreneur, that feeling of what's next is always kind of scary, whether you're creating new products or a new course or whatever. You always want to provide value to people who trust you. And I'm sure that is, can be a little stressful, but you guys are killing it. So it's working.
Yeah. Follow both of you guys. You guys are amazing. And with this opportunity that we created, you can definitely leverage the power and the size of the giant Amazon and let them do most of the work for you. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate the two of you coming on and sharing this opportunity with us. Once again, we have the links around if anyone wants to go check this out. But just thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your commitment to this, because as we've said, or at least hinted to, there's, this is a new opportunity, and any new opportunity always brings the course creation craze, where it's like, how fast can we use AI to crank out a course on this subject, right? And we see that now more so than ever. And so I'm not going to, I haven't taken any courses, so I can't speak to them specifically, but I'm sure there's some crap out there. So just thank you for your commitment to the updates, the community, filling the gap. And I think people are really going to enjoy this. So we appreciate your time once again. We appreciate everybody who tuned in and listened to this episode. And we'll see everybody on the next episode of the Evolved Marketing Podcast.